Today's video from Sam4S help. We're looking at the out-the-box setup and first use of the NR-510F or 520F register. This video I'm looking at the 510F, but the process is virtually identical on the 520F. The only difference is that the 520 has a second printer. Disclaimer up front: if you've ordered your cash register pre-programmed by a cash register dealer, then stop watching this video. This video is only for if you're programming the register yourself, so the operations that we'll carry out shortly will have already been done by your cash register dealer if you've had the machine programmed, and if you do them, you'll effectively wipe all the programming they've put on the machine for you. So if that, don't do that. So presuming that you're programming it yourself, then we can get started. I'll just run through a couple of things that you get with the register and explain what they are. One of the things is a take-up spool. You'll definitely need this if you've got the twin roll machine, so the 520. If you've got the 510 like I have, then you may or may not use it. If you're using the machine in receipt mode, you will not need the spool. If you're using it in journal mode, then you will need the spool, but I'll pop it in place so you know where it goes anyway. You also get a little starter till roll, so it's quite small, but it's it'll get you going. And then in this pack here, you've got a quick start guide which just run through the process that I'm about to show you. You get the disc, the paper guide for the other side of the take-up spool, and you get the full manual, keyboard layout and technical manual on disc, and then you also get a full set of keys, mode keys. So the way the tills work, the theory of the keys is that different keys are allocated to different people for different processes. So you'll have a reg key which will turn to the sales position only, the register mode. And then you might have a report key that enables you to run the reports, and then a manager key that will enable programming, and then a service key for going to the service mode, and so on and so on. What we'll need for this process is the key marked C, so I'm going to pop that in now. The first thing to do is to load your till roll paper. So you can either use the starter roll included in the pack, or you can use any 58mm thermal till roll paper. So this is the most common type of till roll paper in the UK. The only issue is it is the same size as the old style non-thermal till rolls, so we do still get people who try to use up old boxes of non-thermal till rolls. They'll fit in the machine and run through the machine, but they won't work, and they may cause some damage to the printer, so you've got to make sure you're using thermal. The way to tell is that the thermal paper has a shiny and a dull side, and it's the shiny top coated thermal paper that needs to run against the print head. So you lift off the printer cover. This bit here is where the spool goes, so if you're using it in the spool mode, you'll need to put the spool in. I'm not going to be using it in the journal mode or spool mode, so I'm just going to be issuing receipts on mine. So all you do is lift up the platen arm, gently drop in the till roll paper so that the shiny thermal side is facing down, close your platen arm, feed the paper back through the receipt slot on the printer cover. If you are going to use the journal roll mode, I'll put another video up so you can watch. I'll put that in the wrong way around. I'll put another video up showing you how to fit the journal paper. Then we close the printer cover, and we're now ready to perform the initial process. So before you turn the machine on, turn the key round to the service or C position. It's unmarked on the register because it's for engineer service programming only, really. But you turn it around to this position, one turn past PGM or the 6 o'clock position. Press and hold down the check button here, and then plug your machine into the mains. You may need to also turn it on at the rocker switch on the side, which is situated on the right hand side here. Once you've got the machine on, it will come up and say RAM all clear, and then you need to press the top left, bottom left, top right, bottom right buttons on the keyboard, and that will perform the clear, the RAM all clear. Now we get an option here for loading the default memory allocation or for setting your own. In this video I'm going to load the default memory allocation. The only reason you might want to tweak the memory allocation is if you're using the machine possibly with a barcode scanner. So the default memory only has 1,000 scanning lines on it. If you want to use more than 1,000 products, then you need to check out another video I've done showing you how to edit that. So you edit the memory allocation to suit what you're doing. Another reason you might want to do it is if you're planning on doing a lot of table tracking and you want to boost the memory there. So again, check that other video out, and I'll put a link up to that at the end of this video. The default memory allocation is for like most businesses that I've sold these tills to would use the standard memory allocation. It's the optimum way of using the machine, and it covers all the basics. But just be aware of that. If you're using it with barcode scanning or table tracking, I definitely recommend having a look at the other video and then making a decision based on that. In this video, we're just going to load the default setup. So all we do is press cache for yes. You actually get a printout of the memory allocation appear. So the first bit is just confirming the software version, and then we can see that allocated PLU is 1,000, Clark is 10, and so on and so on. So if you wanted any of those lines boosted, like your check tracking files, it's possible because you've got a lot of additional memory to use. So the standard memory only uses about half of the total memory of the till, but if you don't need it, there's no point using it. Okay, once that's performed, we need to get out of the service mode, and ideally what I'd recommend doing is turning around to off and then removing the C key and then putting in either the Reg key if you're going straight into sales, or the P key if you want to do some programming. I'll just show you the basic operation of the register. So when you turn it around to the Reg mode is register, which is your basic sales mode. It says register mode closed, which basically means whenever you press any buttons, nothing happens. So the first thing you need to do is log on as an operator by pressing 1 and then the Clark hash button, which is here. The error message goes, or the closed message goes, and you get Clark 1 appear on the screen. Now on this machine, the flat keyboard machine, you've got 60 what they're called PLUs, so they're like preset buttons. Obviously standard, they're totally unprogrammed. They'll just say PLU 1 and have 0 price, but they are open, so you can type a price through them and start selling straight away. You'll notice that I don't press the decimal point because the till inputs that automatically. So all you do to process an open sale is type in the amount without pressing decimal point and then assign it to a PLU key. What I'd recommend doing, the whole point of ordering this sort of machine where you've got lots of presets, is to have them pre-programmed so that when you press the button it says pint of cider or cheese baguette and comes up with a preset price. So probably the first thing you're going to want to do is to start programming your products. If not, to end the transaction you press subtotal, £13.58. That's displayed on the display at the back here as well. And then on these machines you have 3 different tender buttons. So a tender button is a method of payment. You have cash, check or charge. These can be reprogrammed to give them more modern names, maybe PayPal, online payment or card payment. If they're paying cash, I always type in the amount of money handed over, again without the decimal point, and hit the cash button. If they're paying by one of the other methods, so card, on this machine it's called charge, again subtotal, and then normally a card payment is the exact amount, so there's no need to enter the money. You just press the charge button. You'll see you get a receipt printout with every transaction as standard. You can turn that facility off so that it doesn't automatically print, but again I'll cover that in more videos. So what I'll do is I'll end this video now, so I've shown you how to set the machine up, how to get it working. If you're looking to do programming, then check out the video links that are probably appearing on screen now. We'll have one showing you how to program your products, set up your tax rates, how to program the receipt header message, and various programming you can sell on the machine. So yeah, feel free to check those out. And also subscribe to this YouTube channel or visit sam4shelp.co.uk for more. Thanks for watching.